So let's start with the all-important first step in working with the mind, so that the mind can move to a position of supporting the creative art to its maximum capacity. The first step is to look at your initial assumptions, the initial underlying assumptions. To see what I mean, think of it in terms of a mathematical formula. If you start out saying 2 plus 2 equals 5, times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12, divided by 3 is 4, plus 3 is 7, times 7 is 49. You can see how it just doesn't matter how accurate you are in your following logic. You can be rocket scientist, precise, but because the initial assumption, 2 plus 2 equals 5, because that was wrong, every single answer and conclusion you come up with is wrong. It's precisely the same with the mind. The mind runs on a series of logical perceptions. This, ergo, that. You'll notice if you're performing and your mind starts to talk about what you're doing, says things about what you're doing, it gets in your way. Whether it's saying good things or bad things, it gets in your way. That's not how the mind can support. It supports by being empty, but you have to get there first. So the underlying assumptions of your intellect have got to be dealt with. Take, for example, the idea or the question, are your beliefs a matter of choice? Do you choose your beliefs? It's quite possible that you will consider your beliefs to be a matter of existing fact that arise from your experience, and that's the way things are. Of course, your life will have shown you very often how mistaken you were in what you assumed was real. So have you looked close enough to see if what you believe is something you're choosing? If you spend even one day where 20 times you hear your mind making some form of assumption or conclusion, and you just look and see if that was really chosen or just assumed to be the way things are, your initial basic assumption. If you look closely enough, chances are you're going to find somewhere you're going 2 plus 2 equals 5, but because you've never really questioned it, you're running around with a less than factual conclusion. So it's not like you need to have all the answers. There are way too many questions to have all the answers, but the answers you do have should be a matter of choice. They are, after all, your beliefs.